Hey, and welcome to another Ben movie review. Today we're looking at Spider-Man Homecoming. Now first I kind of want to explain the Sony-Marvel relationship because I find it really interesting. Basically, Sony Pictures owns the rights to Spider-Man, but they don't have the rights to any other Marvel characters, and Marvel owns the right to the bulk of the Marvel characters, but doesn't own the rights to Spider-Man. Now the way they've worked this out is that Sony makes 100% of the profits on ticket sales, but Marvel is allowed to use Spider-Man in their Avengers films, and they keep 100% of the merchandise, I believe. So it's kind of interesting, but I just thought it was really kind of surreal to see the Sony logo pop up before a Marvel film, and a Sony movie be good. So I'm going to do what I did last time, break this up into a spoiler section and a non-spoiler section, starting with the spoiler-free section, so don't worry, I'll give you a warning before I say anything too revealing. The movie's packed with funny moments, and that's really important to Spider-Man's character, is the humor, because he's kind of like a PG Deadpool in a way, almost. You know, you gotta have him be funny, and they do a really good job of having moments where they let him be funny, and they let him do things that show kind of his sense of humor and really build him as a character without it being an origin story. It's got a really great soundtrack. Pretty much all the Marvel movies do now. I found myself tapping my feet a lot during the movie. They have a bit of The Clash, and I love The Clash, so that was nice. But overall, really good soundtrack. Another thing, the casting is perfect. To me, Tom Holland is to what Heath Ledger is to the Joker, and Hugh Jackman is to Wolverine. When I see Tom Holland, I'm just going to think of Spider-Man. I grew up with the Tobey Maguire movies. Not a huge fan of the Andrew Garfield one. I have not seen Amazing Spider-Man 2 because I didn't want to waste my time with it, but Amazing Spider-Man I didn't mind that much. It was okay, but I never saw him as Spider-Man. I just always saw Andrew Garfield. Tobey Maguire is always going to be my childhood Spider-Man. I grew up watching those movies, and I still love those movies. Even moments in Spider-Man 3 I do enjoy, like the subway battle. But Tom Holland just knocks it out of the park. He's a great Peter Parker and a great Spider-Man. To me, he is that character, and I'm really excited to see him in more of these MCU movies. The Vulture, though, is debatably the best casting in this movie. I would say since Loki, the first great Marvel villain. He's so good. Better than Kurt Russell in Guardians, too, if you ask me. Just, he's sympathetic, but still evil, somewhat relatable. Like, he's interesting. He's a really good character, and Michael Keaton just kills it like he does everything. I can't think of a really just bad Michael Keaton. Maybe Mr. Mom, but Michael Keaton does a really great job. Aunt May is good. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. Like, can't go wrong there. Jon Favreau does a great job. Minor spoiler, but I think this is in the Gwyneth Paltrow returns for a small cameo. And then also, I don't know the name of the actor, but whoever plays his friend in the movie, Ned, does a great job as well. I can see people not liking him because I know a lot of people don't like comic relief, but I thought he did a really great job. So, yeah, Ned was good too. Yeah, and the movie is really colorful. It's a lot of fun to watch. I really just loved this movie. So my rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. Like, it's really good. And I haven't reviewed a lot of movies, so it's like 8 out of 10. Like, what's a perfect 10? And there's not a lot. Like, I think I've given only my favorite film, and then a movie that I objectively think is the best film ever made are the only two I've ever given a 10. So 8s are like pretty up there. I gave Baby Driver an 8.5, and that's probably my second favorite movie of the year. But now we're moving into the spoiler territory, so be warned, if you don't want any spoilers, I would stop watching now. So great thing, Spider-Man doesn't kill anybody in this movie, and that's really important, is that I feel in the Avenger movies, even in the Guardians movies, definitely. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 had a massive body count. Spider-Man doesn't kill anybody, and that's really important. And I mentioned that in Baby Driver as well, is that Baby doesn't kill anybody unless it's necessary. Spider-Man shouldn't kill people, and he doesn't, and I don't know, it's just really important to the character, and I'm really glad that he didn't. Another great thing is how often Spider-Man overcomes the odds. There's a moment where he's crushed under rubble, and he looks down into the water, and he sees half his face and half his mask, and you hear a quote that Iron Man says to him earlier on, and he powers out of this rubble. When he pulls the plane to stop it from crashing into the city, like, it's good to see your heroes not seeming invincible. It's nice to see them struggle. I feel like in the Avenger movies, like Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron, and even Captain America Civil War, there's not a lot of stakes, because you don't think any of the characters are going to die. You don't think civilians are going to get hurt necessarily or get hurt on screen. It's always, you know, they're winning. They're never in danger, I don't think. But Spider-Man, it had that danger. It had that level of, oh no, this could go terribly wrong. Maybe not for Spider-Man, but for the people of New York. And I think that it's important that you see him save people, which he does as well, think about how many people got saved in Avengers. Like, really, it's just Captain America kind of directing traffic and, handling a few people and saving people here and there, but Spider-Man saves people. And it's a superhero movie, so he should save people. Wonder Woman got that, right? Just name how many moments were dedicated to people being saved in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which came out this year. Spider-Man goes out of his way, puts his life in danger to save people, and they focus on that, and I think that was really great and really important, because it's a superhero movie, and that's what superheroes should do. The twist with the Vulture was, like, I went and saw it. I work at a movie theater, and I was catching a employee screening after the theater had closed, so it's like 2 in the morning at this point, and people were falling asleep. I wasn't, I was too hooked, but people were falling asleep, and then Peter goes to pick up his date for homecoming, who's his character named Liz, who he's been crushing on the entire film, and he goes to pick her up for the dance, and the twist is that Vulture is the father. And people woke up. People were like, what the fuck? And I've seen it twice now, and the second time I saw it, same reaction. People just, jaws dropped. I don't want to say it's an Empire quality twist, but nobody saw it coming. I had no clue. And it just adds more to the Vulture's character, because he respects the fact that Peter saved his daughter at the Washington Monument early on in the movie, and later on when Peter saves him. So it adds both more to the Vulture's character, and also adds to Peter, because Peter he has to do what's right. He can't just say no and not fight the Vulture just because a girl he likes is the daughter of the Vulture. That sentence came out weird. But no, it was a great twist. It advanced the story really well. Like, the movie just constantly flows, which I like. I hate it when movies feel like they're trudging along, and I don't think anybody likes that, but this movie just flows. It feels like it's constantly moving, and the direction it's moving constantly makes sense, is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, there's just a lot of really great Spider-Man moments. Like, you think Spider-Man 2, you think stopping the train, maybe when Doc Ock is created and killing everybody, and it's the moments like that which I think make movies memorable, and this movie definitely has it. The boat scene is a very memorable scene. Spider-Man fighting on the plane. I think the plane fight is probably one of the best action scenes I've seen this year. It was great. But yeah, no, the movie is just phenomenal, so I highly recommend it. 8 out of 10. I hope you catch me again next time. This has been a Ben Movie Review. Thank you for watching.